Joining me today is the lovely Kim of Lolo and Lola's restaurant, and today she's cooking us a specialty from her hometown of Laguna. Kim, what's the name of the dish?
The name of the dish is Kinamatisang Manok.
Well, let's get started. What's the first ingredient?
Okie dokie. So we've got chicken here. It's a whole chicken, about 1.7 to 1.8 kilos. So we're going to be marinating it in a little bit of soy sauce and calamansi juice.
I mean, I'm looking at these ingredients here and it reminds me a lot of afritada.
Yes, it is the cheaper and fresher version of afritada.
I mean, what's the difference between an afritada and a kinamatisa?
Well, aside from the spelling of the dish, the afritada uses tomato paste, but this one uses fresh tomatoes. The Laguneños, the people from Laguna, created this dish because of the abundance of native chicken and fresh tomatoes in the area.
I mean, that's what I love so much about Filipino food. You know, every time you explore a new region, you discover something different. I mean, I've never heard of this dish before, but it has so many similarities to our other tomato-based braises.
Okie dokie. So we've already added in our calamansi. Calamansi is Philippine lemon. And then we're going to be adding some soy sauce to give your chicken a bit of a color, that brown color, and a bit of saltiness. So while the pot is warming up, let me just chop our tomatoes. So you can use whatever tomatoes that you have.
Okay, so not canned, it's all about the fresh tomato
freshness.
flavor.
We're after the freshness.
In Tagalog, the word for tomato is kamatis.
Kamatis, hence the name Kinamatisang Manok.
Love it. So Kim, tell me about your childhood in Laguna.
So it was a very delicious childhood. I was very lucky to be surrounded with my grandparents cooking and parents cooking as well.
Your grandparents were calamansi farmers?
Yes, my great-great-grandparents were the earliest settlers in Laguna, and they were all farmers. I come from the family of farmers. So now that the pot is heating, we're just gonna be sauteing this garlic that's been roughly chopped. Would you like to help me out, Miss Yasmin? And then when it's slightly brown already, just add in your onions.
Again, we tend to use the red onions versus the brown onions in our cooking.
Red onions are much sweeter. We're going to add in our tomatoes.
This combination of flavors, garlic, onion, tomato, it's in so many Filipino dishes.
Yes, ma'am. The holy trinity of Philippine cooking, tomatoes, onions, and garlic. We're just gonna add in our chicken pieces that has been marinating for an hour now.
This will be interesting for a few people because we're not browning the chicken first.
Yes, ma'am. Don't want to caramelize the skin of our chicken. We just want it nice and soft, not crispy, just nice and soft.
Okay, so the chicken's in. What happens next?
Let it sit and simmer for about 15 to 20 minutes, just until the chicken's cooked. While the chicken is cooking, we're gonna go on with our potatoes. We're going to leave the skin of the potato on because that contains a lot of fiber, iron, vitamin C, and vitamin B6, which is really, really good for your immune system.
We've got some carrot in there as well, some capsicum in 2 colors, and some green beans. Again, these are classic Filipino ingredients, quite often in our braises. I mean, I'm imagining with this braise, it only gets better with time.
And these are the usual suspects in your Filipino stew, like in afritada, you've got these vegetables in your caldereta, in your menudo. So these are the usual suspects that you'll see. So the chickens are almost done. We're gonna be adding in our potatoes and then our carrots. Also left the skin of the carrots.
This is looking so good. It's been cooking now for about 5 minutes, and the potato and carrot are looking lovely and tender. So in goes the last veg?
Yes, ma'am. So we're gonna add in our trimmed green beans. In the Philippines, we call this Baguio beans. It's grown in Baguio. Then we can add the capsicums off the fire, as we don't want to lose that vitamin C of the capsicums. It's full of vitamin C, as most peppers. So we're just gonna
take
cook
it off
that.
the heat?
Yes, ma'am. You're just gonna cook that first for about 2 minutes. Now that the beans are already cooked, we're just going to add in our capsicums and just season your kinamatisang manok with a bit of fish sauce and a bit of ground black pepper.
And that's the Filipino flavor right there.
Yes, ma'am. You want to season most of your dishes with soy sauce or fish sauce to give you that umami taste that you're looking for.
Okay, let's serve it up. To me, this is home-style cooking at its best.
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, it's beautiful there. You've got that fresh tomato coming through, a little hint of the fish sauce. And that chicken looks wonderful and tender.
I can already smell home. I think I'm gonna cry now.
Don't cry. We'll eat. That'll soothe the soul.